This is In Demand Uncut with Jim Gellatly at the cutting edge of new music.
It's Jim Gellatly at Tea in the Park. It's actually Saturday, but Bastille are playing on Sunday. So you're here well early for the festival.
We are, yeah. We're way too keen. It's embarrassing. But also we just love Tea in the Park, so we wanted to hang out and see Rihanna.
Oh, yeah.
And Snoop Dogg, amongst many other people.
That's the thing. He's billed as Snoop Dogg. Is he not Snoop Lion?
Yeah, we were confused by that. What's going on? Is he doing a retro set?
Well, maybe he's not doing his new stuff. He's going to be doing his old stuff. So that's probably.
Is that a guess, or you know that?
Well, I reckon that's a guess. I suppose because they're two separate artists and they booked Snoop Dogg, they haven't booked Snoop Lion. So he's got to do the Snoop Dogg stuff.
Oh, I quite like the Snoop Lion album. So that was quite vibey.
The videos were pretty cool.
Yeah. Everyone nowadays has to do sort of pretty wicked videos. Yeah. I mean, the Robin Thicke one. There's a lot of people talking about that, and it's. I only saw the unedited one for the first time last week, and I was shocked.
Were you?
Yeah.
Excited? Very happy?
Well, yeah, obviously.
Justin Timberlake just did one as well. It features a lot of nudity. I read a really interesting article about the fact that in America now, 100 YouTube views counts towards one sale in the charts.
That's right.
So potentially part of the reason for these like really big controversial videos is because they drive up views, and these songs just go straight to the top of the charts.
Yeah.
Obviously, not taking in any way away from the artistic merit of the songs themselves. All the videos, which also have high artistic merit. But it's interesting.
It's been a heck of a few months for Bastille. I mean, the success of Pompeii in particular, looking at the charts as they are, you would get something like that from a more left field pop band that would maybe go in on the strength of a fan base quite high in the charts, then fade away. But it's stuck around for ages.
I know, it's weird, isn't it? we're as mystified by it as anyone else is, to be honest. It's great. We kind of really didn't expect it to do the things that it has done. It's just like another one of our songs. So it's nuts. It's nuts how many people seem to like it. But it's great for us.
And then again, on the back of that, perhaps a hugely successful album.
Thanks.
No. I mean, that's a fact.
Oh right.
Okay,
Cool.
I'm not saying it's any good.
Yeah, no.
Obviously it is.
Obviously it's rubbish. I mean, I think that's the thing that I think with the album doing what it did, I think we feel kind of. I think if Pompeii had gone and done what it had, and then the album had completely tanked, we'd probably be quite worried. But I think, I don't know. I think. It's nice that people bought the album. It's really gratifying, and it's so lovely to be able to go and play gigs and festivals and have people sort of sing back the words to like basically all of the songs. It's such a nice feeling, and still completely unbelievable. Like we played a festival last night and we're playing like one of the album tracks. I was just seeing all these like very different looking like guys and girls, people of all ages, like properly belting out the lyrics to like one of our songs called "These Streets." And I was like, how do you? It's so weird that you know this. You however you got it, if you illegally downloaded it or if you bought it or whatever, it's nuts that many people have heard it. It's really
that's the bonkers thing about it now as well, that people, record companies can decide what a single is, but fans now dictate what they download, and and I think that's really cool how that works. The first band that I saw this weekend were Imagine Dragons from Vegas, who opened the King Tut's tent on Friday, and it was packed out with people singing the words to every single song on the album. And they're a band that most people on the overground, as it were, don't know about yet. But they're having huge success, sort of building up from building a fan base, and I think that's great. And
they are huge in America.
Yeah.
They've been breaking records like left, right, and centre for sort of alternative act with the most weeks at number one and stuff, and it's great. I think in England, it's almost like I think media are sort of playing catch up with them a bit, because they their album nearly went to #1. Their tours, they're playing massive venues in the UK, and a lot of people only sort of know maybe one song from an advert, or like maybe have heard a bit of a song on the radio. So I think they're another really good example of how, what people perceive as mainstream, or what what gets a lot of coverage isn't necessarily what people are liking and what's doing really well. They've to a lot of people they are a huge band, but perception-wise you maybe wouldn't think it, particularly in the UK.
Do you think you're maybe breaking some new ground for other acts coming through with your success and your style of music? Because it wasn't long after you guys, the 1975 started having chart success as well, and there's sort of a few bands coming through and sort of fighting against the pop music. Not that there's anything wrong with pop music, but it's nice to see actual proper bands having that sort of chart success.
I think it's nice for people to be able to, like us in 1975 and other bands like that, to be proper bands who who make music that maybe the songs like have memorable choruses or whatever, and that we're not like even remotely worried about doing that because it's the music that we want to make. But but to have, like with them, to have done it all ourselves, to have like worked our asses off for the last couple of years, toured, relentlessly, done festivals, you name it, written and produced all the stuff ourselves. I think it's wicked that can sort of in some ways pay off. And it's and in the face of everything else, to sort of just to get on with it and see people like the songs and where that can take you. I think it's quite gratifying. I don't know.
I think we're not really part of a scene as such. It's not like kind of us breaking out with then kind of open the door for other guys. But I mean, it's like you said, like kind of if people like songs, they'll download it, they'll find it somehow. So I don't know about us kind of doing well. Really kind of enables that. It's just I don't know. I think 1975 are kind of their own band. We're our own band as well.
Well, I mean, musically you're quite far removed from each other.
But yeah, I think that what you're saying, it's if anything, not that we have anything to teach anyone at all, but it literally from our experience was just we just wrote a bunch of songs that we liked, and we're lucky enough that other people like them too, and then just worked really hard, and when I say work really hard, that only really equates to playing gigs and touring and driving around the country, all that kind of stuff, which is fun. So calling it work makes it sound not. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's possible to just get on with it, and I guess there's got to be a level of something that people like in it, but who knows.
Now, is it the law that when Bastille comes to Scotland, somebody has to have a birthday? Because I was at the Barrowland gig.
Yes. And that was my birthday. That was back in February the 5th, if I remember rightly, was my birthday. So that's when that would have been.
You remember your birthday by the fact that you played the Barrowland that night.
yeah. And then tomorrow is Bastille Day, which is also Dan's birthday.
Yes, it is. So yeah, we apparently we schedule all of our touring around making sure that we spend our birthdays in Scotland, because it's the best place to have a birthday. So no pressure, but tomorrow's gig better be awesome, because otherwise I'm going to have a really bad birthday and we'll probably never come back to Scotland. So.
I'm sure it will be if the Barrowland show was anything to go by, because that was pretty incredible, and just to see the response from the crowd more than anything else, because at that stage it was still fairly early for the band to be playing somewhere like the Barrowland.
Yeah, no, we had. I mean, that was a really fun show for us. It was really fun. We can't. Yeah, playing. Everyone always says it. It's sort of almost a cliche, but playing in Scotland is always a lot of fun, and the crowd is always wicked. So.
And you can always get haggis afterwards, which is always a delight. I for breakfast had haggis on top of a burger, which is just like meat on meat with a bit of porridge. Is there porridge in haggis? Have I made that up?
No, there's OT stuff. I'm not sure.
It's like meat.
I mean,
both of them have oats in them.
Not in any way to play up to a stereotype there, Will. But actually, you're completely obsessed.
Every
with
time
haggis.
I come to
Do hope it was deep fried.
No, this one wasn't. But usually I go for the chip chop, batter, meat.
But it made up for being
haggis supper. Can it beat it?
You can't.
And it made up for not being deep fried by the fact that it was a Strider burger.
Yeah. I mean, put anything on a burger, it's going to be good.
Exactly. Yeah.
Ice cream would be all right on a burger, I reckon.
Would be good.
Don't know about that. Guys, have a fantastic tea in the park. It's Bastille.
Thank you for having us. Cheers, dude. You too.
Send Demand Uncut from Tea in the Park.
In Demand. Uncut.